gratitude as a way of moving into and through change. Just being here is an act of gratitude in the way that she suggests. By attending services, we express an intention to be here for each other, willing to open our hearts to others and receive their open hearts as a beloved community. As Melanie Beattie offers, gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. May our gratitude for this present moment, for each other, be our starting point for our journey together today. May we all embrace the peace and strength of our community.
These chalice lighting words are by Erica A. Heller Wagner. Blessed is the fire that burns deep in the soul. It is the flame of the human spirit touched into being by the mystery of life. It is the fire of reason, the fire of compassion, the fire of community, the fire of justice, the fire of faith. It is the fire of love burning deep in the human heart, the divine glow in every light. Please rise in spirit or in body for our covenant in English and in Spanish. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek and march in freedom, to serve humanity and fellowship, thus do we covenant. La doctrina de esta iglesia es el amor. La búsqueda de la verdad es su sacramento y el servicio es su opción. Vivir juntos en paz, buscar el conocimiento en la verdad, servir a la humanidad en comunión. Este es nuestro pacto. Please remain standing as we sing our hymn, Rise Up, O Flame, in 362 in the gray hymnal.
Sing this 3 times. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy. Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and play.
Actually gonna stand on this thing, kind of gotten used to it. Hello again. Happy Sunday. I offer a heartfelt welcome to everyone here in our sanctuary and on our Zoom sanctuary. I am grateful for the collaboration with Melissa on our service today and Reverend Chloe for her input and sharing of resources. May you find it meaningful. If you are new to Emerson, we are so glad you are here. We're a community centered on love, encouraging self-expression and inquiry. Our shared values of pluralism, generosity, interdependence, equity, justice, and transformation express our commitment to build an inclusive community. Folks from all backgrounds and experiences are welcome here. We embrace the dignity and worth inherent in each individual. Whatever your life circumstances that brought you here, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. However you choose to express your spiritual influences or secular principles, we welcome you. Today, we lean on our shared value of transformation. Transformation in practice reminds us of the inevitability of change. And importantly, that inherent within change is the promise of new ways of seeing things. This view mirrors the Buddhist teaching on impermanence. Tibetan Lama Tarthang Tulku explains impermanence this way. Change is certain, he writes. The starting point is to reflect on how valuable it is to be alive and to clearly see the possibilities that life offers us. Instead of attempting to cling to the past or control the future, we can make the present moment richer and healthier. Reflecting that whatever we hold dear will one day disappear, we can turn to the events of our lives, the present moment of our lives, with a clarity and commitment that helps us and others as well. These lessons on transformation and impermanence form the center of our service today. The practice of accepting and even embracing change is central to the power of the fire communion as a ritual. For our congregational reflection and ritual together today, you will be invited to consider what you wish to release before entering into this new year. To honor these endings, you will be invited to burn a piece of paper of a symbolic act of letting go. You will then be invited to consider the nourishing possibilities that the fire leaves behind. To honor these beginnings, you will be offered time to reflect on what you wish to bring forth as we enter this new year. Together, we will then lift up an aspirational pledge to formalize our intentions. Let us welcome to our worship together today our collective wisdom and compassion. So in a moment, I'll invite you to greet your neighbors. Just a reminder that, as Melissa said, that the virtual Book of Life is online for folks on Zoom, and our in-sanctuary Book of Life is right over there behind the piano if you would like to put any kind of sorrows, joys, or wishes into that and have read later in the service. Now let's take a moment to greet our neighbors. Oh, thank you. Jeez, yeah. My nose is totally running. Thank you. All right. Okay, greet congregational response, and then Melissa. Okay, great.
I could get the Book of Life if you'd like.
Sure.
While when you're doing the sharing of the plate, I can go grab it. Maybe.
Perfect.
Okay.
That sounds amazing. Okay, great. Ooh, I'm a little tired. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I went to bed early last night.
God
8
bless you.
o'clock, So
God is blessed.
yeah.
I haven't been sleeping well. It always happens. Does that happen to you during stressful times of your life?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Yay. I love that when people are, I love hearing all the,
Yeah. There's still some people talking, so maybe you can just say.
all right. Awesome greeting of your neighbors. Very lively. We got the punk rock crew over there. Rule breakers, yay! All right, so we're sharing the plate today. This month, half of your generous offerings are shared with Haven Hills. Since 1977, Haven Hills has lifted up survivors of domestic violence to transform their lives, providing shelter, crisis intervention, counseling, advocacy, and activities supporting increased economic independence. They've pretty much annually done this for about 2,500 women and men. At the core of their mission, Haven Hills is dedicated to empowering survivors of domestic violence to find the strength within themselves to break the cycle of abuse and build new, productive, and joyful life for themselves and their children. We invite you to see the order of service as ways to donate online. And if you want to write a check, please memo sharing the plate. Our beautiful ushers will now gratefully accept your offerings.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Let's take a few deep grounding and centering breaths. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it for a moment. And then before you breathe out through your mouth, squeeze in a little bit more through your nose. Feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Feel your sit bones sink into your chair. Feel your feet planting into the floor. Let your shoulders relax. Allow your facial muscles to loosen around your eyes, your jaw, your mouth. Breathe in, pause, and exhale. Every one of us is a part of a web of life that connects us all. We are grateful for the miracle of consciousness that we share, the consciousness that gives us the power to remember and to love. Each week we share what is written in the book of life, our joys and sorrows. Today, Eloise shares prayers to my neighbor Annette, who is in the hospital after colon surgery. And Todd Covert writes, getting ready for outpatient vascular surgery on left leg tomorrow while nursing fractured right collarbone. Should be interesting. Wish me luck. Yes. Okay, so we will be holding up Annette and Todd. And in the virtual book of life, always a little challenging. Okay. I noted that we are sending well wishes and much gratitude for all the love and support Pam Randall has given to Emerson through the pastoral care and choir. She is moving to Indiana on Wednesday and will be missed. Thank you for all your help, Pam, and safe travels. Some sorrows are too raw to speak aloud. If you are holding someone in your heart this morning and you want to send them healing energy and loving kindness, you may call out their name into this quiet community of compassion after I ring the singing bowl. Annette, Todd, Pam, Olaf, Mom, Michelle, Spike. May the love and compassion we experience here ripple out beyond these walls, touching all who may be hurting, offering hope and healing to all in need. Let's take another cleansing breath in through our noses. Feel free to breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. As we sing hymn 1011 in the teal hymnal, Return Again.
Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are, born and reborn.
Wow, it's 2025. I can hardly believe it. Looking back at 2024, I find myself reflecting on the theme of endings. Endings are intimate, universal, and experienced by everyone. As a licensed professional clinical counselor in UU, I navigate between the spiritual and the therapeutic, weaving together the threads of my faith, my practice, and my humanity. Endings are a significant part of both my personal and professional landscape. As 2024 wound down, the weight of those endings seems to press harder. The turning of the calendar feels like a natural time for introspection. Last year, I and so many of us witnessed so many losses within our congregation, members who have passed, families who have experienced deep grief, and the sorrow of watching friends and loved ones face their own struggles with illness and mortality. I felt the pain of their goodbyes, each one reverberating in my heart, and I've often wondered how to best hold these experiences, both my own and theirs, while also living a full life despite its impermanence. As a counselor, I work with individuals who face endings in all forms: the ending of a relationship, the loss of a job, the death of a loved one, and the end of a chapter in their lives. I'm trained to help others navigate these transitions to guide them through grief, and to find meaning even in pain. Yet I often wonder how well I walk that path myself. In many ways, I think the hardest part of endings is not the parting itself, but in the fear that they stir up within us. The fear of our own mortality, the fear of being forgotten, the fear of not having done enough. I admit that I feel this fear. It's not hard. It's hard to do, especially as I look around and see so many people in my life grappling with their own vulnerability, be it through illness, aging, or loss. My heart breaks when I see friends facing unfortunate diagnoses, or when I sit with families in grief. It's hard not to feel the fragility of life pressing in, whispering to me that time is finite, that every breath is one step closer to the unknown. If I live out the average lifespan for a woman in the US, 77.4 years, it leaves me with just 24 more years. My daughters will be 37 and 40, and you can tell I've been overthinking this. Yes, as a Unitarian Universalist, I hold fast to a belief that endings are not simply about loss. They are also about transformation. The end of one thing makes space for the beginning of another. In every ending, there is the potential for renewal. And as a counselor, I know that while endings frequently bring pain, they also invite us to reflect on what truly matters, to consider the legacy we want to leave and the love we want to cultivate while we're still here. I also find solace in the idea of interconnection. As I think about the friends, family, and congregants who are facing their own endings, I am reminded that no one is ever truly alone in this experience. We are a part of a larger web of life, a community that joins us in the times of suffering and joy alike. In this web, we never really say goodbye. We simply change form. My hope as we say adieu to 2024 is to embrace this understanding more fully, to let go of the fear of the unknown, to begin living with intention, living with courage, living with an open heart. One of the greatest gifts I receive as a counselor and spiritual seeker is witnessing the resilience of the human spirit. I've seen people face profound losses and come out the other side transformed, more attuned to the beauty of the present moment, more committed to love and kindness, more accepting of the unknown. These moments of grace remind me that while endings are inevitable, they shouldn't be feared. They are an integral part of the journey, and in them we can find meaning. So as I start 2025, I'm actively working on letting go of my fear of mortality. I want to spend my life more fully engaged with the people and moments that matter most to me. I want to embrace the cycles of life with open arms, never forgetting that in loss, there is potential for growth and transformation. And I fervently want to trust that whatever the future holds, I will be held in love, both by the people around me and by the faith that sustains me. Nothing is gained in life by fearing endings. We would do better to accept endings and live with them. Let's embrace each moment, each relationship, each breath, never forgetting that while everything is fleeting, everything is precious. As William Blake put it, he who binds to himself a joy does the winged life destroy, but he who kisses the joy as it flies lives in eternity's sunrise. As the new year begins, I aim to step into the truth with courage, with love, and with hope. And I hope you do too.
not as wonderfully tall as Melissa. So. It was overcast and wonderfully chilly at Dockweiler Beach in El Segundo this past holiday. As the sun moved into position for its afternoon farewell, I built a toasty fire in one of the concrete pits dotting the sand as my smart and soulful friend Paula produced a tasty collection of snacks. Once the necessities of warmth and sustenance were settled, we each proceeded to unpack an arsenal of items related to our common Wiccan-centered spiritual rites. Me with firewood and mounds of dried sage and herbs from my garden, Paula with paper, markers, and inspirational cards for reflections, drums and brass bells for raising energy, and small gifts of appreciation for each other. We were there together to collaborate on a ritual marking the turning of the Gregorian calendar to end 2024 with a binding spell of what we wanted to release to the past, and to embrace 2025 with a manifestation spell of what we aspire to bring forth. The central questions for our ritual, as well as the discussion over the feast that followed, came into view with each log we added to the bustling fire. What does it mean to be intentional about endings and beginnings? What aids us in the process of transformation? Is it courage? Is it support from others? Acceptance of challenging experiences? Mourning? Honesty with ourselves that something in our lives needs to change to help us move forward? All of the above and more, we decided. Whether it's leaving a job, accepting a health diagnosis, ending a relationship, or deathing 3 old friends in succession in 1 year, there is going to be a confrontation with impermanence. By accepting that reality, as Buddhist nun Pema Chodron teaches, we can mindfully fail, fail again, and fail better. She says it all the time. What she means for us to know is not to ignore the suffering that comes with endings, but to use it to transform it into awakening, to not cover over the sorrows with toxic positivity, but to explore our sorrow as an entrance into gratitude. It could be the hug from your grandchild after receiving difficult news, a kind word during a stressful day, the warm greeting from a fellow Emersonian when you overcame a particularly melancholy morning and made it here. To fail better is to practice the intention to be compassionate with ourselves and others as we move through our human experience. As our shared value of transformation emphasizes, that is when change becomes intentional and revolutionary. For a congregational reflection and ritual, in a moment, we'll invite you to come up and gather the materials on the table right up here. So you'll gather an index card. I love this part, show and tell. An index card, a copy of our printed affirmation pledge we're gonna do today, a cool refrigerator clip magnet, and a piece of flash paper. And you'll see them all here. So, hey, Conrad, would you put that slide up with the questions? Thank you, sir. So what we're gonna do is, first we're gonna do the reflection part first, and then the ritual part. So the first thing we're gonna do is ask you to consider the endings, and write those endings, those few words that the slide is asking you to do, on this flash paper. So you're kind of writing on this what you kind of want to let go of, okay? And then we'll give you some time to do that. And then the next thing we're going to ask you to do is to take the index card and consider the beginning questions. Write a few words on the index card about what you may want to manifest and bring into the year, this next year. After our reflections, we're going to give you some time to come up and we're going to burn the flash paper on which you wrote your endings as you are comfortable doing so. And then after the burning, we'll invite you to recite our affirmation pledge together, so to confirm the beginnings you wrote. And so Melissa's going to kind of demonstrate the flash paper. Just kind of, it's pretty easy, but if you're uncomfortable with it, just hand it to Melissa and she'll do it for you, okay? So for the folks on Zoom, we'd like you to feel free, if you want to participate, go ahead and gather 2 pieces of paper and a pen. And then for the folks here in person, come on up, grab a flash paper, a pen, an index card, a funky magnet clip, and whatever, I put different colors, and a printed affirmation. We'll give you a few minutes there, and then we'll get started. 5 minutes. And what we want you to do is consider the endings and think about that. You can use one side of the index card if you want to write some of that out. And then write a few words on the flash paper that kind of encapsulates what you want to let go of. So let's first do the reflection on endings. Here's some prompts for you. And we'll give you about 5 minutes for that. Everyone, it seems like everyone might have also written their beginnings down, or does anyone still need a few minutes? Everybody has their beginnings written down? Okay, great. All right, cool. Well, then I'll just jump ahead. All right, for the folks on Zoom, if you would like to, your endings paper, if you would like to tear it up or fold it up, and you can let go of it in any way you see fit anyway. Even if you recycle it in the recycling, you can, that's a blessings be. So go ahead and do that any way you want. All right, so let's just jump ahead then to our beginnings affirmation pledge. So as a symbolic action to confirm your beginnings intentions, we invite you to clip your index card and your affirmation pledge to your magnet, if you would like to do so. The clip, I put these all over my house when I do stuff like this, so I found that having a magnet clip helps because I can put it up on the refrigerator and take it off when I want. So the clip is meant as a way to offer you to display the affirmation so you can see it whenever you want. And it's a way to embrace and empower your journey of change. And for folks at home, we invite you to display your beginnings intentions in a special place. Reverend Chloe offered to mail you a magnet. If you would like one, email the office address and Reverend Chloe will pop one in the mail. So we're going to clip this as an act of agency. We are embracing change, moving into it, and manifesting our intentions. And now we'll recite our affirmation pledge together 3 times. May you celebrate your endings and your beginnings. May you put down what you do not need. May you carry with you what you do. May you give yourself compassion as you make this journey. May you celebrate your endings and your beginnings. May you put down what you do not need. May you carry with you what you do. May you give yourself compassion as you make this journey. May you celebrate your endings and your beginnings. May you put down what you do not need. May you carry with you what you do. May you give yourself compassion as you make this journey. Blessings be 3 times 3. All right, for our closing hymn, stand or sit as is comfortable and join in the fire of commitment, number 1028.
From the light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a song both brave and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the days of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze. When our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way. When we live in deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin.
So before we extinguish the chalice and part ways, we want to give, on behalf of all of us, we give thanks to Conrad and Kevin, the folks that brought potluck dishes, folks setting up the potluck dishes, pastoral care for lifting up birthdays, and to the folks that want to help with the potluck cleanup and take down our holiday tree. So we appreciate you. All right, we invite you to join hands, touch elbows, whatever is comfortable for you for our closing words. Yay. I love this part. All right, we've gathered as a loving community in support of each other as we release the challenges of the past year. We appreciate this time to let go together. We are equally appreciative for the space we have held for this time of bringing forth, for letting in, as we commemorate our invitations to create a fresh perspective. Blessings be, so may it be. Ashe, amen. Thank you.